back, but I'm not back alone. I have Peter Anosike here in the studio who will be analyzing these major issues. Good evening, Peter Anosike.
Good evening. Welcome, listeners.
All right. I have some of the major issues that trended during the week, and I will be reading these issues. And along the line, I will open up the phone line so that if you have any of these issues that tickle your fancy, you can call in and comment on them. But please try to be civil in your opinion or in your contribution during the program. All right. Some of the things I have here. First is the list of prophets who see nothing, like they don't see anything, they just say whatever they like. I have primate Elijah Ayodele in a publication dated September 30th, 2017. There he cautioned Buhari against 2019 ambition, presidential ambition. And in the publication, primate Elijah Ayodele told Buhari to step down in 2019 to take care of his health. In his words, I quote, "The point is that Buhari's health is in terrible situation, and if he decides to play politics with his health, it will affect him at the end of the day. Buhari needs to step down in 2019. Anyone can criticize this prophecy as they like. This is a message from God, and if Buhari contests in the election, he will not finish his term." Well, this sounds funny, honestly. Mr. President is finishing his term on Monday, and this is.
Well,
All right, before you go ahead, let me read the other major trending issues that we have
yeah,
so you can start your analysis. All right, another one I have is 63,111 persons were killed in President Muhammadu Buhari 8 years in office. That is according to the data obtained from the Nigeria Security Tracker. About 63,111 persons were killed in Buhari's 8 years in office. The second one, tribunal dismissed PDP Labour Party request for live coverage of the court cases. Another one is the Southeast governors agreed to name the second Niger bridge after Muhammadu Buhari. And this was revealed by Tolu Ogunlesi, President Buhari's special advisor on new media. Then I have another one. Nobody can be Nigeria's president without getting 25% in FCT. This is said by Kadari Ahmed. And Kadari Ahmed is a Nigerian journalist. He is a media entrepreneur, a television host, and the chief executive officer of Radio Now. Kadari Ahmed, in his speech, said that nobody can be Nigeria's president without getting 25% of the Federal Capital Territory. And these are the major issues that trended during the week. So stay tuned as Peter Nsike will be doing the analysis one after the other before we can open up the phone lines for your contribution. Now let's first of all go to that of the list of prophets who see nothing. This is quite funny, but let me go over it again for those who did not join us when I read it. Primate Elijah Ayodele in a publication dated September 30th, 2017, cautioned Buhari against his 2019 presidential ambition. In the publication, the Ayodele told Buhari to step down in 2019 to take care of his health. In his words, and I quote, "The point is that Buhari's health is in a terrible situation, and if he decides to play politics with his health, it will affect him at the end of the day. President Buhari needs to step down in 2019. Anyone can criticize this prophecy as they like. But this is a message from God, and if Buhari contests in the election, he will not finish his term." And I said it's very funny. It sounds like over to you.
Yes, there was a reggae artist by name Max Romeo. He sang a song that my father's house of worship has become a den of thieves, that they are stealing in the name of the Lord. Understand me?
Yes.
That people are now stealing in the name of the Lord. So Ayodele said that this message was from God, that Buhari will not finish his terms, but Buhari is finishing on Monday.
He's
isn't
almost
it?
done.
No, he has handed over the
Of course.
documents, everything. And this is somebody that's saying that God told him that if you know that we can criticize his message, but that it's a message from God.
Maybe he didn't see clearly from God.
No, most of them don't see. I have said it in this program that Ayodele is never a prophet. What he is doing is prediction. What he is doing is prediction. Some will work, some will not work. He will check. He will kind of analyze what is likely to happen, because most people thought that
Buhari
Buhari,
won't finish his term.
because of
His health
his
condition.
health, and that was even the main reason Southwest voted for him in 2015, because the thinking was that he may die and Oshibajo will become president. Understand? So because then the argument was, if we vote for Jonathan, we'll not even get number 5. But if we vote for Buhari, they'll get number 2 with potential of getting number 1 since Buhari was sick. So it was based on this that this guy made that prediction, not prophecy. What he's doing is prediction, analysis. Understand? So, but he has to put authority, and that's why prophecy now comes in as if he's hearing from God. Now, he said that it is God, that what he said was a message from God. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That if Buhari contests 2019, he will not finish. But now, Buhari is finishing, which means God did not speak to him, and God had never spoken to him.
But most Nigeria religious leaders are just guilty of these false prophecies.
Well, the issue is they can do that only in this country. They can do this nonsense only because there's poverty in the country. And what does a poor man need? Hope.
Hope of a better tomorrow.
Hope.
Miracles.
That's why they will say that they will break your yoke of poverty. And God
year.
cannot even, no matter how hard you pray, no matter how hard you fast, breaking your yoke of poverty is in your own hands. God is never partial. God said that he will bless the work of your hand. Understand me? So you must show something for God to do what? Understand me? So, but these are fraudsters. Understand me? So the issue of that if you not criticize me, that is what God told him. Now, who is Endaya here? Is it God or Ayodele?
Maybe it's a different God from what we all know.
Okay, sure. It could be. So it could be. This is a classical case that this guy is not seeing or hearing from God. This is a classical case that this man is not hearing from God. Okay, a few weeks ago he said that no power can stop Tinubu's impeachment, that God has ordained Tinubu to rule. 2 days ago he said that Buhari will show Christians pepper.
I don't know.
Understand me? Understand me?
This is very funny.
God who has ordained Tinubu to win, Tinubu will now show Christians pepper. So which means
It's
God,
not an agreement.
no, God is against Christians now.
That's it.
God should
That's
be.
why I told you earlier that the God might be different from what we all know as God.
So, there's a lot of inconsistencies,
In his speech,
a lot
yes.
of in his predictions. Understand? But still, if you read the Prince by Machiavelli, the book was written around 16 something. Machiavelli said that a deceiver must always find people to deceive.
Of course, gullible followers.
This book was written, Prince Machiavelli wrote this book over 500 years ago. He said that a deceiver must always find people to deceive, and that's what is happening in Nigeria. That's why these so-called prophets are still talking, because there are people who still believe them. But for me, if I come to your church and you tell me that a president will not finish his tenure, and he finished, and I continue coming there, I'm the fool, not you. I'm the fool, not you. So this is a case that this guy is not real, and he has never been real. But what is going on is, as Machiavelli said, a deceiver must always see people he is deceiving.
But what does he stand to gain in all of this?
He's making money.
In his false prophecies, and people are saying
people are donating money. People are donating money. Understand? People are giving him money, and he will continue. He will continue because people are listening to him. But if you have a monochrome of reasoning, you will know that this guy is not real. And this is a typical case. Because Buhari has almost finished his tenure. He has almost finished his tenure. So as you said, it depends on the God. He is
all right, people have started calling. Peter and say, I don't know if I should take the calls. Or...
No.
Okay, let's continue. All right, you just have to hold on because we have a lot of analysis to make here. By the time we are done, we'll open up the phone lines. Now let's go to the other one. 63,111 persons were killed in President Muhammadu Buhari 8 years in office. How do you react?
Okay, for me, that 63,000 can never be. The figure is far higher than that.
Okay.
The figure is far higher than that. But Buhari was voted in. One of the reasons why Buhari was voted in was that he was a retired major general. They said that Jonathan does not understand the military. He was not a soldier. He cannot fight Boko Haram. So they need somebody who can fight Boko Haram. That Buhari fight Maitasine to a standstill. Maitasine was a Kanu riot sometime in the 80s or 90s that Buhari fought them to a standstill. So that was one of the premises that Buhari was voted in. One, that he can fight Boko Haram. Two, he is not corrupt. Okay, the primary role of any government that worth its salt is protection of lives and property. That's the number one responsibility of a government. Protection of life and property. So if 60-something thousand people can die in an administration of somebody who calls himself a major general, what does that tell you? It's a woeful failure. This Buhari's government is the worst that we have ever seen in the history of this country. And in this way, I want to ally with Private Ayodele. Ayodele say, may we never see any type of Buhari's government again. In that, I say amen.
I'm not saying amen.
No. This is the most cruel, the most inhuman, the most callous, the most ineptitude understand, government that we have ever seen.
Honestly.
Imagine 63,000 people dying in an administration. This number can elect a senator. Most of the elected senators did not get up to
The figure.
up to this figure. Understand? And this guy is still going about saying that he has done his best, giving himself pass mark in an administration that 60-something people, 1,000 people died. And this is even a figure that I know.
Yes.
If we take, in Nigeria, we have no data. There's no statistics in this country. But I know that that figure is insignificant with the real actual number of people that died. So that simply shows that his administration is a colossal failure. It's a colossal failure. Any government that cannot protect life and property is not a government, because that's the number one responsibility of a government: protection of lives and property. Protection of lives and property, and his government has failed in doing that. Corruption, which is also another premise on which he was elected. This is the most corrupt administration we have seen in the country, even worse than the infamous Babangida administration, which have been rated as the most corrupt in the country. If you see what has gone on in this country, you can see that this is the most corrupt government that we have ever seen. So so on the two premise that he was voted in, he failed on them, both security and not being corrupt. So it's a colossal failure.
All right.
And I want to wish Nigerians happy survival, because no, surviving his administration needs a testimony.
Right.
It needs a testimony. It needs a testimony. It needs a very big testimony. So it shouldn't be a surprise for me if I see people tomorrow in the church singing Hallelujah.
Thank God I survived.
Sure. So Nigeria, happy survivor.
All right, let's go to the third one. Tribunal dismissed PDP, Labour Party. I take it again. Tribunal dismissed PDP, Labour Party's request for live coverage of the court cases. How do you react to that?
Well, for me, people feel that dismissing the live coverage a kind of spells doom. Understand me?
Yes.
That it shows that the judges have something to hide. The reason is because judiciary has not been fair. Understand me? Judiciary has not been fair. They have been delivering infamous judgments. They have been delivering infamous judgments. Okay, let me give you two examples. Hope Ozodema is almost completing his tenure, but I have been searching every law book to find how he became a governor. How he was declared a governor. Up till now, I have not seen it. I have not seen the criteria on how he became a governor. Now, let us look at Senate and President Ahmed. When Ahmed went to the High Court, they threw out his case. He went to the appeal, they threw out that same case. Then when they got to the Supreme Court, we got a strange judgment. So this is some of the reasons why people are losing confidence in the court. Even some have said that if there's no live coverage, of the presidential petitions, that they will not believe the outcome. And for me, I don't think if that is right. They can still give a fair judgment without knife coverage, because as judges, they should be careful. They should be very, very careful in election matters, not to do anything that will make the court infamous. Because right now, Nigerian courts are infamous. People don't believe in court verdicts. And people don't believe in court verdicts anymore. So they must stop giving infamous judgment, because because it is the will of the people that they are messing up with. Okay, an instance, the judgment that was given yesterday on Shetima about double nomination was still the same thing that they used to nullify the candidature of Uche Nwosu in Imo State. It was still the same judgment, the same thing that they used to nullify the judgment, the case of Uche Nwosu. So for me, judgment should be based on evidence and proof before the court. Every judgment should be based on evidence and proof before the court, and never on technicalities. Understand me?
Yes.
This is the only way to restore people's confidence in the court. Judgment should be based on evidence and proof before the court. This is the only way they can restore people's confidences. They should stop giving controversial judgments. They should not be looking at people's eyes, people's faces, people's positions before giving judgments. It is wrong. And that's what people are saying about what happened yesterday. A different stroke for a different people. A judge should be courageous, should be fearless, should be God-fearing in passing judgments. A judge must be courageous, fearless, and God-fearing in passing judgment. You don't pass judgment by looking at the eyes of the people or their positions, because now they don't have the confidence of the people. They don't have the confidence of the people, and this is not good for them. Even me, I would have preferred if the Supreme Court case that gave judgment to Ozodinma, I would have wished that to know the judges that passed those judgments. Understand me? At least when you see them sitting beside you, maybe on air or anywhere, you say, this is an evil man. Okay. Let me tell you. The picture of Judas that people are seeing today is never the picture of Judas Iscariot. What happened? Leonardo da Vinci was commissioned to draw the photograph, the picture of the Last Supper. He was hired to draw the picture of the Last Supper, Jesus and his apostles. So before he went into his drawing room, one of his friends offended him. He said okay that he will use the face of that his friend as that of
represent Judas.
Judas. So that's the Judas that we are seeing today. That's how it came about. So it was that face was a friend of the person that offended the sculptor. You see it. So and all these judges too, they should have that representation. So on a serious note, these people should be courageous. They should be fearless in delivering judgments. They they are being paid with tax with the public fund. So they shouldn't allow politicians to be bringing enmity to them. They say that judiciary is the last hope of the common man because now people have lost confidence on INEC. People have lost confidence on INEC. I know that Mahmoud Yakub cannot walk freely on the street. He can never walk freely on the street. Then judiciary shouldn't put themselves into that quagmire. And the only way to do that is to be delivering judgments based on evidence and the proof, and not looking for technicalities to set guilty people free. It's wrong. So they should be given popular judgments. And when you give popular judgment, the people will rejoice because it is the will of the people. It is the will of the people. So it is important. They should change. They should change. They
The
should
society
change.
can trust them.
So that
Unlike
there can be.
INEC. All right,
Trust.
let's go to the next one. Okay. It says Southeast governors agree to name second Niger bridge after President Muhammadu Buhari. And this was revealed by Tolu Ogunlesi, President Buhari's special advisor on new media. How
Well,
do you react?
The truth is that thing cannot stand.
Why do you say so?
It cannot stand. Look, if you are in Onitsha, which I know very well, and you enter a bus and you mention Muhammad Buhari Bridge, that driver will not stop you. That driver will not stop you. So that name would only exist on government books. Nobody in Onitsha, nobody in Asaba will call Second Niger Bridge Muhammad Buhari Bridge because he doesn't represent positivity in our minds. When we heard that Yakubu Gowon will be in Abia for their inauguration, I was the first to raise objections. I was the first to say this man must not go to Abia because he doesn't represent something good in our mind. I said that Ahmed is trying to start on a negative note. If people begin to picture him with Gowon, knowing what Gowon represents to an average Igbo man. So for me, it was a very big mistake, which he later denied. And Gowon himself even said that he's no more going. Buhari said that he was never consulted before the bridge was named after him. That nobody told him. But whether he would have accepted or rejected does not make sense. All I know is that that name will not stand. Even if they bring the highest steel on the wall in the wall and they write Muhammad Buhari Bridge there, they will break it down. They will so that it just they just want to, let me say in our parlance, by face, but it doesn't make sense.
Okay, but I want to ask you, Peter Nsike, what makes a country or a society name a particular thing or place after someone?
Okay, one is a remembrance. Maybe this person contributed to this project, to this structure, but you must have a good name.
Yes.
You must have a good name. You must have a good name. You must represent the that's the interest of the people. So, Goodluck Jonathan laid the foundation of the bridge, but Buhari administration completed it. But the truth is that Buhari did more harm than good to the Igbo nation. Buhari did far more bad than good to the Igbo nation. So nobody will remember him and say, may God bless his soul. Nobody will remember him, especially in Onitsha. Especially in Onitsha or Aba. So that name is just, he should forget about it. It's a waste of time.
Okay.
It's a waste of time.
Okay. So places or things are named after people who have contributed positively to the society. All right, let's go to the last but not the least of what I have here, the major issues that trended during the week. A Nigerian journalist, media entrepreneur, and television host, and the chief executive officer of Radio Now, Kadari Ahmed, said that nobody can be Nigeria's president without getting 25% of FCT. He's saying that nobody can be Nigeria's president without getting 25% in Abuja. How do you react?
Okay. There have been different postulation, different opinion about this. Even somebody like Femi Fanana said that FCT is a state. Understand me? That's what Femi Fanana said, that FCT is a state, which means Nigeria have 37 states now. So if Femi Fanana's grandson or daughter asks him, Daddy, how many states does Nigeria have? Will he tell him or her 37? Understand? So, okay, if FCT is a state, why didn't INEC conduct a governorship election? Because they conducted a governorship election in all the states of the federation.
Of course.
So why didn't INEC conduct governorship election in Abuja? Why didn't INEC conduct House of Representatives, State House of Assembly elections in Abuja? So why don't the people in Abuja demand that they also need 3 senators? Because every state in the country has 3 senators. Even Bayelsa, which has only 7 local governments, also has 3 senators. But what Abuja has is 6 area councils, not even local governments. No state house of assembly, no house of representatives, no governor. So what has made Abuja a state? What has made Abuja a state? But the fact is that we are watching them. We are watching them. We want to see what they will do. And everybody should know that there are certain precedents. Whatever judgment they give, people will not always be referring to it in the future. And at times, you may sow a seed that if it doesn't consume you, it will consume your son or your grandson. It may consume your daughter or your granddaughter. What the Constitution says is that 24 states, understand? 24 states and the FCT. 24 states and the FCT. That 24 is because Nigeria has 36 states. So 2/3 and So it didn't say or. Constitution did not say or. Constitution was specific
And
and FCT. So if you get 28 states, you did not get FCT, you have not fulfilled what the Constitution said.
of course,
If you get 35 states, you did not get FCT. You have not fulfilled what the Constitution said, because Constitution was specific. It said 24 states and FCT. And we know that FCT is not a state because INEC has never conducted governorship election in FCT as they are conducting in the other states of the Federation. INEC has never conducted the Federal House of Representative election in Abuja. INEC has never conducted the House of Assembly election in Abuja. Every state in the country has 3 senators. Why Abuja has only 1? Which means Abuja is not a state. But if they go on to now say that Abuja is a state, Nigeria will still survive them. Nigeria, as we survive Buhari, will still survive any judgment that they are going to give in this presidential petition. So, Kadiri Ahmed, what she said was based on the Constitution that nobody can become Nigeria president without winning that 25% votes in FCT.
all right. Still talking about the election, I want to ask you this concerning the controversies hovering around this presidential election. Isn't it proper that the tribunal allowed live coverage so that the public can monitor the process?
Well, it's a dicey situation because they say what is good for the geese should also be good for the this thing. So now, if you introduce live coverage for the presidential petition, some states may also want live coverage in their own governorship petitions.
But it doesn't take away anything. Anybody can cover it. Does it matter?
For me personally, just like when they said that phones has been banned from courts, it didn't start now. If you are going to court, you must either switch off your phone or put it in vibration, not to distract the judges or the prosecutors. So it was not done because of the presidential petition. So there are standard rules. But a good judge, a judge with conscience, can still give his clear judgment whether with coverage or without coverage. So saying that we need enough coverage simply means they don't have any confidence. Simply means that they don't have any confidence on the judges. That is why they are saying they want live coverage. And even if you introduce this coverage, interpreting legal matters is not what everybody can do. Interpreting legal matters is not what everybody can do. So for me, as they say no live coverage, it shouldn't stop them from giving popular judgments. It shouldn't stop them from being fair. It shouldn't stop them from giving judgment that they can go to bed and sleep and wake up. It shouldn't stop them from giving judgment that their children will be proud of them. So as I said, every judge should be courageous, fairness, and God-fearing. Because they are the custodian of the confidence of the people. When the masses don't trust the judiciary anymore, it will result to self-help. It will result to self-help. If I know that if I go to court, I will not obtain judgment, what I will do is to start to help myself. And will now become a jungle instead of a human society. Will now become a jungle instead of a human society. So I believe that they can still do justice to the cases before them. Look, as I said earlier, what they need to pass their judgments is evidence and proof before them, not based on technicalities. That's what they need to pass. And the symbol of justice is a man with eyes closed. So the face, the eyes, or the position of the person standing trial before you shouldn't come into your judgment. But in Nigeria, they look at faces, they look at eyes before passing judgments. And once everybody in Nigeria loses hope on the judiciary, we become another Somalia. That's a fact. That's the fact.
And you know why Nigerians are all about live coverage? Because they want to monitor the process, and they've lost confidence in INEC. And if judiciary did not do what they are supposed to do, they can also lose confidence in the judiciary, and that would be very, very bad. All right, at this juncture, I'll be opening up the phone lines so that you can contribute to the conversation, because it is not just I and Anusika doing this alone. You are part of the program, so we need your contribution. We need to hear what you have to say. We need to get your opinion, whether you're in Nigeria, whether you are abroad. Call us now. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. That's for if you want to call us. But if you want to call us via WhatsApp, maybe for our listeners who are based abroad, you can use our WhatsApp number. That is 0700 903 903 9. We'll wait to hear your opinion on the major issues that we shared with you. Please, in giving your opinion or contribution, please be civil and stay within what we shared with you. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Good evening to you, my brother. Tell us your name and location.
Shifano Sika, Agrito.
Thank you so much, sir.
I want to deliberate on two things.
Tell us your name and location, sir.
I tell Obi calling from Ikeja. That's what I said first.
Okay, all right. Obi, go ahead.
And the 25% for me is just like somebody having 9 A's without English. That is simple. I don't think we should deliberate more on that. You have 10 A's, 15 A's. If you don't have English, you can't gain admission anywhere. And that is why on Friday the judges didn't come to court. They were giving, the lawyers were giving Wednesday, they didn't come. Friday, they didn't come. They know it's a very delicate and a very important case to handle. And for the the last thing you said, sorry, what was the last opinion that you gave?
About that's the 25% in the FCT.
No, the last one.
You're talking about the live coverage.
Okay, the live coverage.
Okay, live coverage. For me, I don't know what they're hiding because people will say, because this day where the world is evolving now, there are cameras in hair tire, there are cameras in cap, cameras in suits, in touch, in watch, in everything. So I don't know what people will still record all those things. I don't know what they're dodging. Thank you very much, my
Thank
brother.
you so much, Obi. Thank you. We appreciate that simple and direct opinion. Thank you so much. All right, the phone line is still open. Let's hear your opinion in all that we shared with you. Let's hear what you have to say. 0700 903 903 903. Our WhatsApp line is also open on 0700 903 903 9. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening to you.
Good evening to you.
Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Joshua. I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, Joshua, go ahead.
Yes. I'm asking with Amosike.
Yes, Anosike can hear you.
Okay. I just want to say something. Anosike, are you hearing me?
I'm with you, sir.
Yes, I'm following your talk, and you are doing well.
Thank you,
I
sir.
discovered that you are a God fearing, you are a God fearing, and I want to tell you, continue with your good job. It's only God that will reward.
Thank you, sir.
Are you hearing me?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm hearing.
Uh-huh. And I want to please with you, please. I want you to tell our Igbo people to be united. Hello.
We can hear you.
We can hear
Continue.
you.
Go ahead.
Uh-huh. I want to show you something that happened during the time of Jesus Christ when they called him Beelzebub. He said to them, "Can Satan cast out Satan?"
No, it's
And
not
he said,
possible.
"If any kingdom be divided against itself, it cannot stand." Hello.
Go ahead.
Go
We are
ahead.
with you.
So what am I trying to say now? If Igbo people can be united, it will work for them, and it will help them to do more in their own nation. So that is my contribution this evening. Advise them, counsel them to be united. That is all I can say. May
Okay.
God bless you people all.
And
God
bless you
pardon
too.
well.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, that is it. We still await more calls. We still await your contributions because we shared a good number of major issues that trended during the week with you. So which one tickles your fancy? Which one would you want to contribute on? Call us now 0700 903 903 903. All right, Peter Nasike.
Okay.
Well,
The first corner talked about the FCT. He said that.
okay, sorry,
Okay.
please. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good
Hi.
evening to you. Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Henry, and I'm calling from the Netherlands.
All right, Henry, go ahead.
I would like to speak on the court judgment. So, I do agree with your speaker in the studio. That's whether it's broadcasted live or not. When the outcome is out, the whole of Nigeria will still hear about it because, take example, the Oshun, the Adeleke case. It was not broadcasted live, but once the judgment was out, the whole of Nigeria immediately, the news spread like wildfire. So I think it's still the same thing that will happen in the election case. And I want to also take the opportunity to thank your station. I think you guys are doing a good job. And that's all I have to say. God bless Nigeria, and we hope for a better future.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you so much. And send our regards to our brothers in Netherlands. Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello, good evening, ma. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Tell us your name and location, please.
My name is Samson. I'm calling from Italy.
All right, Samson. Well done. Go ahead.
I want to thank my beside you there. The father is doing great job. I want just to make a comment for all what he said because I take my time to be listening to what you always say. Let me start from this. From this Onisha Bridge, when they named Buhari after when he comes to come and open the bridge, that's in the front. In Yoruba language, people always say that any Tioba so someone look up, you cannot come from another place to name because they have Yoruba people have strong dialects. You understand? Like
Yes.
people that have maybe fought for the war, they have to name that person, the thing that they do in that state, not Buhari. Because time of Buhari, they opened the bridge. That doesn't mean anything. This we are talking about, it has been long, not time of Jonathan, but it has been long, not because that bridge you are talking about is starting from the 1986. Before that, before when Buhari was there before, was the head of state that time. This we are talking about, not now, because Buhari is an opportunity to finish the bridge. Tell me that if you name it, the Igbo people they will not go to agree. Even if you enter bus that want to drop at Buhari bridge, they will not stop for you. But people will not listen to you. Of course, that one goes like that. The second one I want to talk about 25%. I want to ask that this question. This 25%, everybody know what is happening in Nigeria constitution. The constitution says that if you don't have 25% in FCT, you are not going to become the Nigerian president. Now, my president, Chief Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now is my president, doesn't get that 25%. Inside our constitution now, this thing is it going to cause problem in future? Yes or no, sir? I want to ask you that question because this thing, well, as my own opinion, my own mentality that I know that the president doesn't score 25% in FCT because in FCT, if you don't get 25%, give me Kuza, a minute. I bet don't mean say. If you don't get 25% in that FCT, now the president is one of their governor in that FCT, and the person, their president, Nigeria president, doesn't have 25%. Is it the people that are living in the FCT going to listen to him? So I don't know for that one. That was the second question. The third one that I want to ask that from my this daddy also concerning now, because I want to go back to olden days. In 1960 when we get independence, we have 3 regions that time. These 3 regions, I can able to say that things goes well. In 1963, they create Southeast, South, yes. That was a Niger Delta side or the Delta people that is making 4 regions. But now to make Nigeria work, for my own opinion, now we have 6 regions, North and South. If they can come as they do in 1963, doing a recent region, not unity system, it should be good for Nigerians. The last one, not the least, concerning the Islamization. If they try to Islamize Nigeria, it will become South Sudan, and because the Christian will not going to agree for the Muslims. That's my conclusion. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution.
But we never talked about
the Islamization.
Islamization. It's not one of the issues that
we discussed.
And so he was asking
about the 25% in the FCT. But please, before you go ahead, let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you, my brother. Please tell us your name and location.
Yeah, my name is Philip. I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, Sule, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to speak on the issue at hand, which is perhaps the recent judgment by the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Like Cristiano City said, that the judge, they are making things very difficult for people, and people will not trust the judiciary. I believe in so much because the way it is now, the judge was angry that people are trying to blackmail them on social media, and because of that, they passed a judgment which runs contrary to an earlier judgment that has been passed in Imo State concerning Uchewosu and Emeka Ihedioha. So that's apart. The naming of Niger Bridge for President Muhammad Buhari as President Muhammad Buhari's bridge, it does not hold water. But I think the people of the Southeast should just allow it. The bridge already has a name, and the popular name the bridge had already have is second Niger bridge, and nobody will ever. Don't forget that Third Mainland Bridge was named after IBB. It was called Ibrahim Babangida Boulevard. But eventually, what is the name of the bridge now? It's Third Mainland Bridge. So the people have already named the bridge Second Niger Bridge. So we shouldn't have any kind of crisis or quarrel over that. And that is just my own simple contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, Sule, for making it simple and direct. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Please tell us your name and location.
It's Chinedu calling from Balabe.
All right, Chinedu, go ahead.
Yes, what I want to say in this very issue is simple. I don't know why the Igbo tribe has been the marginalized tribe in this country. Everything that concerns Igbo, Nigeria want to do it the way they like since after the war. They never caused the war. They are trying to get survival. They have started again. You see, even if you come to how many zones you have in this country, we have 6 zones in this country. When you come to zone, every other zone has 6 states. 6 states, yes, but the Igbo zone has only 5 states. Now, coming to this decision now after the election, nobody saw what happened. The rigging was so disgraceful of a nation. Now we have made ourselves a laughing stock. It's what outsiders who are watching what the whole Nigeria is doing. Now everybody saw the rigging, saw the threat, saw the infighting and everything. And at the end of the day, somebody was declared. Okay, if you go to WAEC now, you want to enter university. And someone entered the university without passing English.
It's not possible.
You can't enter the university without passing English. English and mathematics are very necessary in every examination in WAEC today. Let's see what is happening now in Abuja. Now, it has come now. People in this score 61% in Abuja. You never had such. I think we never had such. But today, they have. I think they do. They are marginalizing the because they people do celebrate money. If God is watching all these things, without accountability, this country cannot move forward. This is why Nigeria keeps coming down every day. Other even the Republic of Benin is slapping Nigeria. Our naira has no value. Everything about Nigeria is just a sham. You know, that kind of something. It's too bad. Let us do the right thing so that the country will grow. We are the giant of Africa. Why do we want to say these people are somebody, these people are nobody? This thing will not help this country to grow. Please, our leaders, let's stop all this kabah. We know it all, we do it all. And when you come to Jerusalem today, I don't think there's any tribe in this country so far the Igbo tribe. But to continue to marginalize the Igbo. Well, thank you very much for the station that gives us opportunity for us to air our views. We are not happy. This country is not happy. And then God is not happy. This country can have happy life. And that is the issue. That's what I want.
Thank you, Chinedu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right, Peter, you were talking about the 25% in FCT.
Well, he repeated what the first person said. That now, if the requirement to get to university is 5 credits, including English, and you scored 8 A's but failed English, you are going nowhere. Because English is mandatory.
Compulsory, you must.
Yes.
All right, sorry, let's take this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Vice.
Good evening. Tell us your
This is
name.
Malik speaking from my 12.
All right, Malik, you're welcome to the show. Please go ahead.
Okay. Before I proceed, I will say this to Nigerians. When your father did not train you in your house well, what will you become outside? Your house is the key. Your house home training before the school is the key to life. I have said it before. Obasanjo was born in 1999. He has come to give us a straight line. Are we going to be in this mess? In his own time, how was the election in 2003? How was the election in 2007? I put my blame on Nigerian problem today on Obasanjo. I wouldn't go back to 1980 or 1963. I was not born by then. But right now,
President for that giving the INEC that strongness to start their kind and give us a good credible result. Even though it's not 80% credible, but something you could say is credible. Who will be in this mess? It is the mess of what he left behind. He cannot change it again. What the tree has grown, he can never bend it or straighten it. That is what we get. And that's how we're living now. Look, I am not a Raban fan. I never bothered Tinubu. But he's a good politician. He used the same method they've been using to get his mandate. We like it or not, I need to announce it because it's in court, and we know how our judges behave. Do we expect to get good judgment when somebody did not pick him up to go to university? They now say he passed down by the father's way of war, by crook or by hook. The two Senate, the Senate president, and the one going to be Senate president now, that the party has mandated, did they pick from the right way? Did we go out to protest that judgment? We didn't. We left it to fly. And now we're going to do judgment again. We never see anything for Nigeria. I'm in my late 30s. I will not see anything. The worst is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Malik. Thank you so much. We pray we don't see the worst. All right. Thank you so much. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. All right. Please do call us back. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. In case you're wondering what we're talking about, we're doing a recap of the major issues that trended during the week, and we are giving people audience to make contribution as to what we shared. Hello, good evening. All right, Peter Nsike, you were saying something before the call came in.
The last speaker, Connor, was talking about Obasanjo being the cause of what we are having now. But the judiciary is there to checkmate INEC.
Sorry. Hello. Hello, good evening. All right, we didn't get your name, but just go ahead.
I said I'm Mr. Gozier from Apoluku.
All right, Mr. Gozier, thank you so much. Go ahead.
On Wednesday or Tuesday, I said that the problem of the country, when you are doing this analysis in the judiciary, one thing is that if we want this country to move forward, it is the judiciary that we take make everybody. And insofar as they have neglected and are partisan in the work, Nigeria will never move forward. I am of the opinion that the work is still to come. The judgment that they gave yesterday is telling me that the work is still to come. So they have to brace up if Nigeria is to move forward. Somebody called and talked of Uchenwu's case. And Abuja 25%. They have forgotten that they have passed many judgments based on that 25% of Abuja. And now they are struggling and trying to do whatever thing in order to manipulate and do whatever thing they are. The problem of Nigeria is the judiciary. And Nigeria will move forward when the INEC chairman is to be appointed by the judiciary and not by the president. It is the person that says the piper that dictates the tune. If we want to move forward, we will start today. The judiciary will just wake up. So the judiciary must wake up. I don't see push up for Nigeria unless we wake up. The judiciary wake up, because it's the judiciary that will make everybody. We have good laws, but most of the time when they are interpreting the law, they won't interpret it logically. They will be interpreting it technically, and that is our problem. And we will continue to suffer unless we work. Thank you. That's my contribution. I want to thank Mr. Anosike and Mr. Darlington. Most of the time, I do pray for them, and I do tell my people and the church to pray for them. They are out speaking the truth and telling everybody the right thing to do. But because of what
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Mr. Gozier. Thank you so much. God will help all of us, actually. All right, Peter Nsike, continue
Okay,
what you were
so
saying.
what he said is right. Every good judgment should always be based on evidence and proof before the court, and never on technicalities. Technicalities is what criminals use to wriggle themselves out of court cases. Technicality simply means loopholes. That's what technicalities means in every judgment. Loopholes. Understand? But judgment should always be based on evidence and proof. Any judgment that is based on technicalities is an unpopular and infamous judgment.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Akachu, calling from Lagos, Baraji.
All right, Akachuku, go ahead.
I want to say that I'm really disappointed in the judiciary system of the government. I didn't expect the judgment they placed on the other day. I didn't like the man. This chairman, the man on the studio with you, I like what he's doing. I think I got to bless him. Understand? So I'm just praying to God that God will put us in whatever is going on in this country, because the leadership is the system is so corrupt. You understand? So I'm just praying to God. The way God will have his way. Concerning this issue of this sort of live coverage or this thing, to be seeing everything. So I don't see anything in this, but anything I want to let them do. They have spoiled the country up to this extent. If they want to spoil it, you let them finish it. You understand? What I pray that God should do is let the will of God be done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. All right, Peter Nsike. He's submitting to the will of God. The will of God should take place.
Well, they say if you resign to faith, you'll be crippled fast. So the will of God simply means resigning to faith.
Whatever wants to happen.
So we should be doing our best. We should be doing our best.
Hello, good evening. Hello. All right, we lost the call. Do call us back. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us
How
your
are
name
you
and
people
location.
doing?
We are doing fine. Thank you.
My name is Onyenwa. Onyenwa is calling from Puti country, Russia.
All right. Onyenwa,
Please,
you're
I
welcome
want
to the show.
yeah, please don't be offended. My brother, greet my brother in the studio with you. I want just to ask him a question, please.
Okay.
This, because sometimes there is a kind of a film. You know, Nigeria now is acting movie. I don't even know part one or I go call this one. That thing where they give Buhari, please, my brother. Is it the way it's supposed to be? Is it? I have never witnessed such a thing. Like during good luck time.
What is that?
Hello, Onyenwa, are you there?
What is talking about?
Buhari, thing that Buhari gave to Tinubu, that I don't even know what is that.
Okay.
Before on Monday.
GCFR. Is that
movie?
The night is breaking?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you now.
Please, that movie that they act, I want to ask, during Jonathan Region, I did not see such a thing. It's like everything happened on 29. This one where they first do, what does that mean? Because I have not witnessed such a thing in Nigeria this thing before.
Well, it had not.
They normally be like that. That's what I want to know.
It had not happened before, but it seems that Buhari is in a hurry to go. So in short, he handed over on that day.
Now I want to. That is what I want to understand, because since I was born, being in that country, I have never witnessed handing over after handing over another one. Then waiting in go can't give them again on that 29.
Well, it could be out of office by the
Well,
CGN.
that's my. This is not God help us. This is not God help us. Is everybody will come on studio help us, help us. Ukraine and Russia are fighting. They are fighting for their freedom. They are fighting for their survival of their unborn children. All of us in that place, everybody praying. Praying does not help anything. You have to get up and support what we are doing. Support the disintegration of that country. Let everybody go his way. This is Muslim country. Thank you.
All right. Please let us stay within what we're talking about, and let us be civil in our opinion. Onyenwa just made this comment and left immediately, just like he knew what he did. All right, let's take another call. Hello, good evening to you. Adjust the volume on your radio set so we can have a good conversation. All right, please, whenever you call into the studio, please adjust the volume on your radio set so it doesn't disturb what we are doing, okay? Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Please tell us your name and location.
This is Shala from Ikodu.
All right, go ahead.
The issue is that you can't expect anything different from the judiciary. You know, if you want a shy to be afraid of you, we'll be shy very well. You know what these people do when they came in, what they did to the judges? You cannot expect anything. No, the judges are afraid of the system, and they too are equally corrupt. So you can't expect anything different. You only, the last caller said prayer. Prayer is not the solution. You just stand up and fight for our rights. That's not the only option. But these people, they don't have any feelings for the citizens. They are just for themselves. Who did know how that election went? Everybody knows. Even we in the military, we know what happened. But you cannot expect any different from this court. Go and write it down. So that's it. Because they know the moment another party comes in, they will handle them. The whole corruption that went on the last 8 years, they will account for it. When they done it today, she ran out of the country. Now another citizen in the country. So we only don't know what is happening. God has blessed this country so much, but corruption is bringing us backwards. We are not really happy about things, but this is democracy. So we just pray for the best. So that's it.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Have a nice time.
Thand you so much. There's something he said about the judiciary.
Okay. He said that when this government coming in 2015, that they put fear into the judiciary, that they whip them into lying. That's why I was talking about having courageous, fairness, and God-fearing judges. Courageous, fairness, and God-fearing judges. That is the people that we need. Those that will not allow lawyers and the politicians to manipulate them. Those that will not allow judge politicians and other people to make them to be given infamous judgments.
But there's something he was trying to say, that let's say the court decides to do the right thing, and maybe they say P2B has won the court case, so he becomes the president, that they are afraid that corruption will end, and they are benefiting from corruption. They benefit from
corruption favors two people in the world. Politicians, one. Then civil servants, two.
Good.
These are the two people that benefit from corruption. Corruption does not benefit businessmen.
It doesn't.
So, but with what happened, how...
All right, sorry, let's take this call before we continue. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please tell us your name and location.
Yeah, this is Bayo from Mushin.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to commend your efforts. But I want to advise that the your station and the analysts should try to enlighten the public about some of these issues. By talking about the 25%, winning 25% in Abuja, one, I know that that case is still in court. It has not been decided which one, but I think I was thinking that I don't even for as a person I can't imagine that we will believe that once you just if you win 4 states in Nigeria and once you win Abuja you will become a president of Nigeria. It doesn't work like that. People should be enlightened. People should be informed. That is the essence of a radio station. It's not just for us to give mic to the people to be ranting and be. It should not make our station to be like a place where people just vent. It should be informing people about the truth, about what is going on, about democracy, about judiciary or whatever. If the judiciary has given this winning to other, or maybe the people that you people feel like it should win, we will not be having all these things. We should not always. Many times this judiciary have given winnings to PDP and to the other parties. So when it is to another party, it should not be everybody condemning. It's not like, let us inform the people and let us help people to understand. In politics, that's what they call it politics. Even in a civilized world, let me put it like that. There are always problems with politics. But we should not be doing things that will divide Nigeria. We should not do things that will press people. Let us leave the spirit of people up. A lot of people are dying. People are not happy, including myself, with what is happening in Nigeria. But we should find a way to lift our spirit. Not always pressing and saying things. Even your public analyst that is coming will now be analyzing things in a biased manner. It should be.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. Well, if he has started with us, he will know that you actually enlighten people on the 25%.
Nobody say if you win that Abuja, what constitution said 24 states and Abuja.
And the FCT.
24 states and the FCT.
Which you mentioned.
So even if you win 20 states, FCT, you have not met the constitutional requirements. So that P2B got more than 25% in Abuja does not mean that he should be declared president.
No.
Did he make did he get the other states?
Requirements.
So it's not just if you win Abuja FCT, you have won the president of Nigeria. No, we are talking about what the constitution said. 24 states and the FCT.
Not all, and
that you win FCT does not mean that you have won the president of the country. You must get the other states, which is 24. So nobody is saying that P2B should be declared president. No, because according to INEC, he did not get 24 states.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Please tell us your name and location.
David.
All right, David, go ahead.
According to the last caller, I was talking about the FCT comment. I think the guy is behaving like his country. He's behaving like Nigeria. The idea is that there's nothing that can change this thing that happened in Nigeria. Even no amount of prayer that you pray that will change this country. It's one of the YouTube boys that will pray of people that in the country. You are tired of praying. There's no amount of prayer that you pray that will save Nigeria. Nigeria has become the worst. You know these court issues there are usually Nigeria has lost confidence in the judicial system. Please understand. So my brother in the studio, I like what he's doing, sir. I like what he's doing. I like when someone, I like someone, only standing for the truth. Not other people that be scared of what this one will say, what this one politician will say. I read about, I saw something on this social media where they said a mayor of a city in Canada. When the city in Canada, the man, he carried his convoy and passed through one way. The zero police officer, a common security officer, the lowest rank, was the one that arrested the man. They took him to the police station, they called the governor and asked him what they do to the man. And they started the man later and let the man face the law. And this was happening in Nigeria. The Nigeria whether you see the local government chairman is passing, using army to chase and beating people around, you see all that people. So Nigeria can never work. Nigeria can never work. Nigeria cannot work. So everything is happening. Even though I say I cannot change anything. So I don't know what to do tonight. This country, I'm tired of the country. I'm tired of the country. So well done. I like what I'm doing. Well done, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much. But I want to correct the impression. If things are done properly, Nigeria can work. What do you think, Peter Nosike?
We have leadership problem.
Of course.
Once we get our leadership right, Nigeria will work. Nigeria is the most blessed country in the world.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
You are on to Mr. John Kennedy.
All right, John Kennedy, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. I want to just throw one more light on the.
Hello, are you there? All right. We lost his call. Do well to call us back. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the major trending issues that happened during the week, and we talked about a whole lot of them, and people are reacting now. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, please.
Good evening. Please tell us your name.
This is Malik calling you back, please.
All right, Malik, go ahead.
Yeah. You know one funny thing about Nigeria? We could rant and shout and talk. But when the election comes again, the same me and you will say, I no one go die you, I go dey for house. We only complain. Look at the way it's going now. It does not favor any of us. This same government, I voted for Buhari twice. I fought for Buhari in my house. I had issues with my younger ones, my cousins, even both my mother. She was saying, I don't know this man. With everything I did, at the end of the day, look at it. You buy for different prices everywhere. There's nothing good about the government. They said infrastructure. How much did they borrow? How much did they spend? Till date, they are still looking for loan. Look, we are not ready for the right thing. We could be blessed. No matter how fertile is your land, on it, you will never eat. We could be blessed with everything we need. When we don't do well, we will never do well. Education is dead. Name what is working in Nigeria. Everybody that don't care, the country has seen so. It has gone so deep in a way that even the Peter become the president today, in his own home, Anambra, they were abusing him. They were asking, what did you do for us? My brother, we have problems. Like the question always asks, what does women want? What does Nigeria want? Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. But talking about the election, I think people came out en masse to vote. So Nigerians tried this time around. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Please tell us your name and location.
Listening to your commentary. The problem, my name is Valentine. I'm talking from Ojo.
All right, Valentine.
Yeah. So the lawyers there have shed a lot of light in this issue. And there is one thing this very election actually did. If the people will agree, most time when they talk about this election, people will talk about the Igbos. This election is not about the Igbos, because it wasn't only the Igbos who voted P2B into power. Today, people who are even making more commentary, most Igbos are not talking about this election. People who rant most about these things are not Igbos. People who want sincerity, who want truth to rule in this country. But if we don't know if this country has been hijacked by some set of, like you say, we should mind our language, set of questionable characters. And sometimes you see people play with the destiny of their children, the destiny of their posterity, because they want to support what they can eat today for tomorrow will be. A lot of them work hard, make money here, struggle to send their children to better environment, go to America and sow them forever because they want better environment for them. Yet they don't want their own country to be good. People will see the truth and blindly close their eye and call white black. Call black white. It's very, very shameful. When you talk, they say Igbo, 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 Igbo. The election is not about the Igbos. Igbos are survivors. If we should judge from their history, you see their survival. It's not about Igbo. When Buhari comes, they thought the whole Igbo will be frustrated to death. Still, they are living. So when the wars will come, every other person will share it. What we are talking about this country is the welfare, the goodness of Nigeria, the prosperity of Nigeria. If they want Nigeria to be one, then let us prosper. Every other nation is prospering. Then if they don't want, even the agitation that they so claim about the Igbo is because they feel things are not working. These are people who believe in things working. That is their reasons of agitation. All right? But for those who want to stay in a place, man, they can stay. And if this country cannot work, there is nothing bad in for us staying apart. After all, we communicate with Benin Republic, we communicate with Ghana, we communicate with Togo, and every other African. We can be apart and say, share friendship together. There is no need for us having strong cough in our mouth and we keep speaking. People don't want to tell themselves the truth. Let us see it. The deed has been done. Both the judges, their children are going to be here. If they don't want their children to be here, definitely it will affect them. They will sell them out because they will never go. When they go out to study where and live where is better, they will never come back. They will lose them. So whatever they did, they will have a share in it. That is my contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. All right, Peter Nsike, what do you have to say?
Well, as I said, if you sow a bad seed, if you set a bad precedent, if it doesn't affect you, it may affect your children or grandchildren. It may affect your children or your grandchildren. So the best thing is do what you are supposed to do. Be fair to all. Do what you know that posterity will be proud of you. If you are a judge, make sure you have the confidence of the people. Make sure you give verdicts that are popular with the people. Don't look at people's faces. Don't look at people's eyes. Don't look at people's positions before giving position, because the bad precedent that you set today, people will be citing it and it's going to be affecting other people. And you don't know when it will become the turn of your son or your grandson.
All right, let's take another call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please tell us your name.
Yeah, my name is Ahmed Yusuf. I'm calling from Afoluku.
All right, Ahmed, go ahead.
The issue in this country is corruption. Nigeria is a abracadabra country. Why I said is this. We are in this country, somebody never contested. I mean, somebody was serving jail time after conviction, serving jail time, he contested election and he won. Two, you and I know how the sitting Senate president never went and contested for a presidential primary and he failed. He ran back to his electoral district where he never contested at all, and Supreme Court of Nigeria made him a winner. So the judiciary is no longer the hope of is no longer the last hope of common man. It's the last hope of the well-meaning Nigerians. That is my own decision. And for us to get out of all this mess, it is when we are ready. Nigerians are not ready yet to take what rightly belongs to them. Until when we are ready to do so, it's only in that premise that Nigeria will move forward. People are doing your very, very best to see that things move right in this country. But our politicians are not helping the matter. All that, hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Continue. We can hear you.
All that matters is how to get how to enrich themselves from this and then this and forget about every other thing. So until when we are ready to move this, when we are ready, it's only in that condition that Nigeria will move forward. I can say kudos to what we are doing. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Well, I agree with him. Judiciary is no more the last hope of the common man, but rather the last hope
Of the rich.
of the politicians. It has become the last hope of the politicians because Ahmed now one fell at the High Court, fell at the Appeal Court. High Court threw his case away. Appeal Court threw his petition away, but Supreme Court gave him hope. So judiciary has become the last hope of politicians. So I agree with what he said, but the issue is this: all of us are buying from the same market. Nobody, APC, PDP, Labour Party, we don't have different markets. We don't have different filling stations. So what affects Mr. A affects Mr. B. But I still believe the main problem that you have is leadership
Hello.
problem. Okay.
Okay, hello, good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening to you, sir. Please tell us your name and location. We accept your greeting.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Of course.
My name is Emeka from Sulere.
All right, Emeka, go ahead.
Yeah, my sister, many of us are trying to develop a DP. Because even if you bring evidence, you look at what they said yesterday, that they cannot take TV. Why they have the evidence? The evidence, they know that they brought evidence. Truly, and they were asking them to bring the evidence which they brought. Now they tell you that they are not APC to bring that type of thing. So all this type of thing that is making all of us, even to die self, because all the injustice that they are doing is played. Even the small child know all this guys are doing. Eh? Now, they have written all their results before elections. All his own scores, they just boycott it. Like what you were telling them in River State, they call some portions to.
Hello, Emeka, are you there?
Let's all beg the government. I don't know, even they are about all the whole military. All the military now is talking like they say we kill that. They know justice. Army, they know the truth. They know, but they are supporting them. Where are we going? So thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much, Emeka. Thank you.
So, as I said, APC members, PDP members, we don't have separate markets. We don't have separate filling stations. So what everybody in the country need is quality leadership, which we've never had. We've never had a quality leader since for a long time in this country. The outgoing one is the worst. He destroyed the economy, he destroyed the judiciary, he destroyed the military, everything. And he's telling us that if Nigeria pushes him, he will go to Niger. Imagine, can Obama say such thing?
That means he's running away from his country.
Can Biden say such thing? So all we need is somebody who will bail us out. Nigeria needs unity of purpose. We need unity of agreement so that we can change the status quo.
All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, sister. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location.
I'm giving my special thanks to that brother that is here with you also.
All right, he can hear you.
Please, I have a word to tell Nigerian as a whole. May I speak?
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much for the privilege given to me. I know that I'm a Christian. I want to tell us something about what was happening in the time of Jesus Christ. It's the Jews that crucified Jesus Christ. But after the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, they said, let the blood of Jesus Christ be upon them and their fourth generation. But nevertheless, Jesus Christ on the cross plead unto the Father. He said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. And to this, I believe God has forgiven us. If not so, we never know how our life will be today. But now, Nigerian people knew, and they accepted to aborted the evil thing in their life. But they should know tomorrow, and I know may not come.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Please adjust the volume on your radio set.
Okay, I've done that.
All right, thank you
My
so
name
much.
Yes, my name is Frank Oba. I greet all of you in the studio there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Frank. Go ahead.
Yes, your guest mentioned something about the president who said he will be moving to Niger Republic. This man, President Buhari, he has confessed. He has confessed that, look, I'm not a Nigerian. No. I come from Niger Republic. Most of the serious investment and infrastructure this man has driven over the years are in Niger Republic. And he has told us indirectly now that, look, I am from Niger Republic and I will go there. If you guys come here harassing me, then you have Niger Republic to contend with. Imagine such statements. So we cannot continue to pretend that we do not know that Buhari is from Niger Republic. We cannot continue to pretend. That's why he completely destroyed this country, terrorized it, put it in coma. I don't know how we are going to get out of the mess that Buhari put in this country in the last 8 years. We will never get out of it. I believe that he has destroyed this country beyond repair. That is my small contribution. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. All right, Peter
Well,
Nosiki.
what is holding us down is leadership problems. There have been countries that have been in war. Rwanda has been in war for years, but now Rwanda is far more developed than Nigeria. Rwanda is now far more developed than they have better infrastructure, better amenities, because what they have the right leadership. So if you can get a right leader within maybe say 10 years, we'll be out of the mess that Buhari put this country into.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Philip.
All right.
I'm
Philip.
calling from Ajare State.
Okay, go ahead, Philip.
Okay. I just wanted to say that, we have all been talking. Nigeria, talk is cheap in Nigeria. We keep talking, but our government don't listen. I like when somebody said the other time that Buhari has completely destroyed this country, and it's a fact. There is nothing that is going so smooth again in this country. There is no job. They promise they are going to create jobs. In the 8 years they have stayed, on May 29, everything will be like the final day for Buhari, and he will hand over. And he has not achieved a single thing for the 8 years he has stayed. We were buying fuel at Ahmed before he came. Look at what fuel is today. Look at the subsidy Jonathan was paying and compare it with what Buhari paid under 8 years. Look at the judiciary, which is the last place where he wanted to destroy now. Judgment can easily be bought. But he came in smarting that he wants to reform the judiciary. But he has ended up destroying the judiciary completely. Incompetence has taken over in the judiciary. That's why you are seeing judgment is no longer based on the truth. Judgment is now based on the highest bidder. It is wrong. The election appeal tribunal that everybody is still hoping on cannot go on smoothly any longer, because this judgment of the Supreme Court yesterday is like cancelled the election appeal tribunal. Whatever that comes out of that place will be in favor of Tinubu. The government made a mistake in the Electoral Act by allowing swearing in before the conclusion of the election tribunal. You should have allowed the election tribunal to conclude, as it happened in Kenya, before you swear in the president. So we should first start amending the Electoral Act before we can move forward. A lot of things have gone wrong in Nigeria. They promised us power. They say body language. Till today, we are in darkness. Electricity, Nigerians are generating electricity by themselves. Nigerians are building roads by themselves. Nigerians are looking for transportation to their various destinations by themselves. It is not how it happened in other countries. It is a very sad development. And I believe that the only people, and that is why you see the international community is just sitting aside and watching us. Nigerians are the only people that can resolve the problem in Nigeria. When I mean Nigerians, I don't mean Nigerian elite. I mean Nigerian masses, the ordinary people. It happened in Tunisia, and what is the situation in Tunisia today? Everything has become normal. And until we rise, I'm not calling for a revolution because revolution claims those who start it. But I am saying that Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians, should stand up for the truth. And until we do that, we will continue to have this kind of arrangement. And we will never move forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. Peter Ansike, what do you have to say?
Well, I agree 100% with him. There are two types of revolution. We have revolution of the arm and the revolution of the mind. But revolution of the mind lasts longer than the revolution of the arms. Jesus Christ carried out a revolution of the minds. And that's why today, Christianity has become one of the two most popular religions in the world. Jesus never used a sword or knife to force anybody to become a Christian. What Jesus did was a revolution of the mind. So I'm also in support of a revolution of the mind. Nigerians need a mind shift. We need discipline. We need to be upright in speaking out the truth. Now, some people collected maybe 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira from politicians during the election. Once you do that, you have sold your right. In Abuja, a few days ago, Asari Dokobo hired some Nigerians, paid them money to go to the Supreme Court to demonstrate. So we are our own problems. Until we have a mind shift, we'll continue to be where we are. So what we need basically is revolution of the mind. And then when they see that we have changed, politicians will be forced to change.
Of course. Of course. Hello, good evening. All right, we lost that. Our time is ticking very fast. So if you want to make contribution, I think you have within 9 or 8 minutes to do that. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Chief Obin. I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, Chief Obin, go ahead.
You see, the problem we have, if I will say, it's good that you trace the problem from the root. We don't have National Assembly. All these things, police and DSS and these other people, government will be using them to intimidate people. What I think that will do, these Senate people will make a law. Abiding, like if, okay, look at what happened at Lekki, whatever, the police use gun to go and finish people that are demonstrating, and nobody talked. If we have a Senate that can talk, like all of them are just like rubber stamp. If we have a government that, we have a Senate that can talk, and these people will obey it, then the Senate will make a law. If you are demonstrating without a gun, nobody, no human being, even the president himself, he tried to impeach him. But these are people that just rubber stamp. Give them money and they will allow nonsense to. Look at Nigeria everywhere. Where do we start? Even I pray for P2B that he didn't win, because this guy indebted this country to the tune of 77 trillion. Where will this guy start, to solve this problem? But I pray that since, they say that the person that wear the shoe, nowhere is pinching him. If he feels that he can do that, but to me, I thank God that they never put him into this mess. The next thing they will say that they will start mentioning the area he came from, that they never do well. But I believe that if we can handle, Senate can do their job as Senate of this country, make a law that is, that can move. I think that there is a judiciary who know their rights and they follow it, instead of blaming the judiciary. But I believe that Senate has to, and then to judiciary. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your contribution.
Well, Buhari did not run any business, any successful business, before becoming a president. Understand? From how somebody behaved in a private sector, we can have an idea of how he behaved in a public sector. So Buhari never had any business. He never ran any successful business. So how do you expect him to do well as an elected president?
Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right, we lost the call. Please call back. The number again to call is 0700 903 903 903. All right, I think our time is ticking very fast, so we'll take one or two calls before we'll call it a day. All right, Peter Nosike, maybe you do a kind of summary as to what we've discussed about. But before then, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. This is Obi calling back.
All right, Obi, go ahead.
Chief Nosike, I ask you a question. These people the judges that are seconded from attending court meetings on Wednesday and Friday, what are the consequences of attending to the judgment the somebody to give Wednesday and Friday?
Well, they must come to court.
Definitely.
They must come to court, and that somebody is sworn in on 29th. The oath is not binded on the judges. The judgment, the petition tribunal must continue to sit until judgment is given. So that somebody sworn in on the 29th does not mean that everything has come to an end. No, the cases will continue in the courts until judgment is passed. So we cannot predict the judgment. And as I said, judgment should be based on evidence and proof before the court, not on technicalities. So let's see how everything will turn out.
All right, Toby, I do hope that you have been cleared. Your question has been answered by Peter and Nosike. All right, it's 5:51 here in the studio, and in the next 4 minutes, we'll be calling it a day. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location.
David calling back.
All right, go ahead.
I want to ask you a question. I want this the man you are with and the CEO. I want to ask him something. What do you think? Because there's something the vice presidential candidate elect for APC. What is his name?
Shetima.
Yes. He said that Nigerians should be ready to face tough times. The Buhari regime that we have not even seen anything. We have not started. We have not. Buhari regime is a journey for that. We should get ready for it. What does that man mean by that? What is it? He's supposed to say that kind of thing. I want this man you are with me.
All right, you react to that. Just calm down. Don't be afraid.
What he actually said is.
Go ahead.
What he actually said is that the early days of the administration will be difficult, and which is being realistic, because Buhari put the country into a serious mess. We are using over 98% of our revenue in debt servicing. So what he said is the truth, which Nigeria should also be prepared for. The mess that Buhari put into this country will take a very long time to wipe away. So that he's just trying to prepare your mind. He's trying to prepare your mind for a hard time. And to me, that is being realistic. Because before they can recover what Buhari destroyed, is going to take real time, assuming they continue in office.
All right, Peter and CK, thank you so much for your analysis and thank you so much for the public enlightenment because you've enlightened us on the court processes and everything we discussed about today. And for our listeners, we'll say thank you so much for being part of us because without you, we will not be here. And to our callers, thank you for your opinion. Thank you for your contribution. It is well appreciated. Remember, recap comes to you every Saturday at 4 p.m. all through to 6 p.m. and do stay with us. My name is Bibi and I have Anosike in the studio. Do well to stay on the show and keep listening.